Hey friends, I'm back today to talk about a brand that I absolutely love, and I am always excited to talk about them on my channel, but today I'm specifically very excited to speak about them because they have released a palette that I think might be my favorite. And I've said this before, and it's not, okay, I have lots of scattered thoughts because I'm really excited. Leo's here with me, he's my little hype man. Can I get a meow? How about a meow? He found something on the floor. He's done with me. But I am very excited because this is actually a location that I have been to. The brand that we're talking about today is Nomad Cosmetics, and this is the Chicago Speakeasy palette. Oh, I'm super happy about this. I've actually been to this location. It is a location that is near and dear to my heart. I have not been able to go there in a very long time, though, because of my health. But if I'm ever well enough, my ass is going straight back to Chicago. Like, I love it. All of my favorite teams are there. The Bears, the Cubs. The Cubs are definitely better than the Bears, although the Cubs have had some rough times as well. But the Bears, come on, y'all. Can we please? They just need some help. I think they need to just start from scratch almost. Anyway, we're not here for that. But I love Chicago. I've been there many times. Some of my best memories are in Chicago, and I'm going to be sharing those with you as we are going through this video. But right now, let's talk about this palette. I think that the color story that is on here is beautiful, and all of the artwork is just so... it's spot on. They did a great job, and I love the rest of it as well. So when you take it out of the box, it looks like this, and I'm going to get real close. It is that kind of velvety finish, but it has like the gold accents on it. It is 100%, I just feel like they did a really, really good job, and I like that it is quite a bit different from the actual packaging. A lot of times they match them, and I like that as well, but I just think that they go well together. I really like it. And the most wonderful part of this is the inside, which I will show you in a second, but I gotta give Nomad Cosmetics props because I didn't say this. I'm so sorry. This was sent to me. I just need to let you guys know that, but my opinions are my own. So what I was starting to say was that something I really like about Nomad Cosmetics is that they always give back with every launch that they have, and this one is no different. The cause that they're working with this time is Friends of the Chicago River, and I really love that. I think it's great. Really, every cause that they have done has been fantastic, and I love a brand with a heart. They definitely have a big one, and I have to say the owners have always been so kind to me. I cannot count, especially this year, it's been really rough, the times that they have reached out just to check on myself and my family. How are you guys doing? We're wishing you all the best. We're thinking of you. And they have to be infinitely more busy than I could even imagine. So for them to take the time to even think about my family or my situation or anything like that, and I'm the smallest of creators. Like, almost nobody watches my stuff. So thank you to the few of you that do watch my stuff. It means a lot to me because it just shows who they are deep in their heart. And I already knew that with all of the give back and the outreach that they do. So I am wishing them all of the very best. Now, let me show you the true gem. I'm so excited about this. I'm sorry. I was like hyped up on this. Here is the inside color story, okay? And I'm trying to get up in here so I can still see it. But this middle row of shifting shadows, like, this isn't even doing it justice. Oh! I love this color story. I am literally having a full-ass moment about it. You guys will probably note that I was a little over-exuberant. I'm sorry, but I so rarely love a color story from start to finish, and this one just was it for me. I just feel like everything works well together, but there's also a little bit of, like, pop in here, too, where it's not dull, it's not boring, it's not overly warm, it's not overly cool. There's a little bit of something for everybody here, and they just nailed it. I love this. This might be my favorite palette they've done this year. I think I'm solid in saying that this is my favorite palette. Let's just get in here. Like, can we talk about the little adornments on each of these? And also, okay, sorry, I'm excited, so I'm bouncing around. I think that the presses are a little bit deeper this time, so they haven't worn nearly as much as they normally do when I touch them. Very exciting, because I hate disturbing these shadows. I'm like, no! I love this, and I can't say enough good about it. I definitely think that if you like Nomad, you will like this palette, and if you like this color story, you will not be let down. I just feel like they're one of the few brands that is constantly upping their game. With that being said, I'm going to do some swatches for you guys, and I'm going to do some looks for you guys, and I'll be back at the very end with my final thoughts, though you probably know what they are. It's 15 shades. Hopefully I can do this without having to double up on anything. I'm sure I can, but all right. I love these pans. I'm gonna screw them up. I'm gonna start with the shade The Drifter. Beautiful light purple that has a bit of that ballet slipper pink inside of it. It's a purple, but it's got tones of pink and a little bit of gray. And it is just beautiful. I didn't need this much, but I am just going over the top, apparently. And I need that closer to me. Okay, and then we've got the shade The Velvet Hour. Oh, excuse me, The Violet Hour, which makes me think of Twilight. Anybody else? Holler at your girl. I actually have a Twilight tattoo. I'm 100% one of those people. I got it for free years ago, and then I got it fixed. And when I say fixed, I mean it's still not very good. That is just a slightly deeper purple. Gray toned, but really, really pretty. I'm super impressed with the color story here, actually. And then I'm going to do the shade Chicago Fizz, which is like insanity. It's everything good in this world. You guys probably can't tell, but it has so much shift to it. There's like so much going on. So, can't stop saying the word so and like. It's a real thing today. But it's kind of, I'm wondering, I think it's got, okay, let me try this again. I think it's got a gray base. There's purple, there's blue, there's green, there's pink, there's a little bit of gold. It is just stunning. I am obsessed with it. The next one is called Blind Pig. As normal, I have nothing on my arms, like no lotion, no primer, no anything like that. These are extremely smooth and creamy mattes, and they work fantastic on the eye. I would say that almost has a little bit of something else, like a little bit, okay, so it's a purple, it's gray base purple, but it has a little bit of like burgundy undertone to it as well. Next one is called Knock and Speakeasy. And that's kind of like a almost brown toned purple with gray, which is funny because it doesn't look like it'd be like that, but I swear it's there. Like it's there. Really great color. And then I'm gonna do the shade Aviation. Also very shifty and beautiful. I cannot wait to use this palette more, to be honest with you. There's just so much I feel like I could do with it that I didn't do to like on these last two looks. And I feel like these multi-chromes are so shifty that they just really are going to be able to do a lot more. I double up during videos, but I don't feel like it was necessary at all to get an interesting look. It's kind of like a gray shifting purple that has a little bit of gold and champagne and maybe even a little bit of orange. I don't know if you guys are, yeah? Do you see it, buddy? His little meow is like the saddest thing ever. Oh, hi. Yeah, it's okay, buds. And there is a little bit of green to it as well. It's just beautiful. I'm gonna go into the shade Capone. Right, Leo? Oh, December's here too. They're all here. They're converging. I hope I can get these all on here. I may not have space these well. And the cats are converging, so I'm guessing they probably want something. Don't think it's food. Probably treats. We've hit the treats time of day. Who am I kidding? The whole day is treats time. This is kind of a smoky charcoal brown with a hint of purple. I'm like, do I want to go into these and then into this? Okay, Leo says no, so we're going to go into Windy City. Yeah, Windy City. Okay, Leo, I'm listening to you, bud. Leo, do you think I can get these all on here? He thinks I'm screwed. This is a beautiful kind of rusty red. Kind of brick-ish, but with that rust element. Gorgeous, beautiful. I really liked it on the eye. Then we're going to use the Drunken Goat. Put a lot of mattes in a row, but that's okay. This is a kind of chocolatey brown with a hint of orange and maybe a hint of that reddish shade too, like a hint in the undertones. Just stunning. And then I'm gonna do Boulevardier. Oh god, I'm sorry, I'm probably saying that so wrong. And I missed that pan already. Gorgeous. This is a strong red to green shift. It's got the gold, it's got the orange, in between. You may hear my cat. He is up to no good. That is just stunning. I hope it's coming across the way it's looking for me, but you never know. All right, now I'm gonna go into the Absinthe House. Bro, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get all these on here. Woohoo. I'm gonna try. And these are like some of my favorite tones right here. I love like these grungy kind of orange browns. I put those really strangely. Let's just ignore that, okay? Sounds like a cat is squeaking somewhere around here. What's happening? Then I'm going to go into the shade Prohibition, which is very, very similar to my skin color. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it that well. Sorries. Yeah, when I put it on my face, it was like gone. You probably don't even see it when I put it onto my eyes. Then I'm going to go into the shade Gin Ricky. Oh, it's pretty. That is such a beautiful kind of sheer based, well, it's reddish, pinkish, yellow, green. Just phenomenal. You can really see that strong pink there, I think, in my opinion. I love it. I will never get tired of a shade like that. And I say that because I never get tired of it. Next one is called the Green Mill. And it's kind of like a chartreuse green. Which I'm just going to put out a weird question to y'all. Does anybody, okay, you know how they talk about like alternate timelines a little bit and like the Mandela effect or whatever. Does anybody else remember chartreuse being a purple? I'm just curious. Am I alone? Am I just really weird? Should I not have brought this up? This is something like I think of and don't say out loud. Let me know. And then the last shade is called South Side. Oh, it's a green shifting purple with blue. I am obsessed immediately. Oh, that shadow is glorious. I am here for it. They did a great job with these multi-chromes. They're very sparkly, very shifty. I feel like you're probably just seeing the purple. Boy, I hope I was recording this. I will get some video in other lighting sources. Yeah, situations, all natural lighting situations, and I'll be back with some looks. Okay, truthfully, these purples are calling, and I must follow that call. I am going to start. I think I'm gonna. Man, I want to use them all. I want to be like, okay. I'm very torn. I'm gonna start with the Drifter, this first and most light shade right here, and we're just gonna go in with that. Even if I have to build them one at a time, I was gonna mix them all because that's just kind of how I roll. But that's all right. And these freaking pans, I hate disturbing them because they are so cute. As usual, I am not wearing any eyeshadow base, anything of the sort. Do I need to get some? Yes. Did I find some the other day? Yes. Did I equally lose it that same day? Yes. Actually, I wonder if it is around here, because I may put that down on the lid when I go to do the shimmers. Maybe. I feel like the indentations on these ones are a little bit deeper, and so maybe they'll hold up a little bit better to my swatching. Because I am a little rough on swatches. Okay, I'm gonna, I took that into my crease and above. I'm going to literally just put the same shadow down below. I know this will be a little matchy-matchy, but I'm feeling this. I should have done the green, but it's okay, it's okay. It's fine. I really wanted to use these purples. I am super excited about this palette because all of my favorite sports teams are in Chicago. Not that many of them are good. I've been a longtime Cubs and Bears fan. At least I got to see one World Series in my lifetime with the Cubs. But boy, it would sure be nice to see a Super Bowl with the Bears. It's probably not going to happen. Heartbreaking. My husband's laughing because he finds it humorous. Me, it's heartbreaking, but it's okay. Alright, now I'm going to go into the shade The Violet Hour right here. Actually, I'm going to mix that with the second shade down here called Blind Pig. And I'm just going to put that deeper into my crease. So I'm going to find a brush that's slightly tighterly packed. I know, tighterly, totally a word. It's totally a word. But yeah, been a long time Bears and Cubs fan. Spent a lot of time over at Wrigley. Loved it, at least when I was normal. I used to go out there. And also, I used to hit up the bar scene when I was young. Loved the restaurants out there as well. I used to go to Harry Carey's, which I enjoyed thoroughly, and the Cubby Bear. One time I was out, and I was partying when I was young, and the time was changing, and I was exhausted. We'd been at a doubleheader, and I had drank all day. I was over it. It was like Halloween weekend, maybe, or right around that time, because that's usually about when the time changes. And I was ready to go. I was done. I was done for the night. I wanted to call it. And the group I was with just wanted to keep partying. And I was being the party pooper. Plus, I even when I was young and normal, I used to get nervous in big cities and places like that. Just because I wasn't overly familiar. And I got the worst nosebleed I have ever had in my entire life. And I used to get some pretty bad nosebleeds for a long time when I was younger. Which is really strange because, knock on something, I haven't had one in a really long time. But boy, I mean just clots of blood pouring out of my nose. I was calling my mom at like 3 a.m. because the time had switched back. I was crying. I was like, I just want to go, and they just want to keep partying. And they had played the double header against the Cardinals, in case anybody likes baseball. And we were on the train, and there was a whole bunch of drunk fans from everybody's teams. And we were with a group of kind of mouthier guys, and they started getting into it with some Cardinals fans, and I was just like, this is my nightmare. I'm never going home. This is just the night that never ends. But it was still a really, really good time. At the time, it didn't seem like a good time. But, yeah, too young and dumb. What can I say? Then I'm going to go into the shade right here called Knock and Speakeasy. It was actually the first trip I ever took when I turned 18. I went to Chicago, and I was so excited. I was like, yes. And went and stayed in a hotel. I don't know if they still have this restaurant, but it was called... My husband's creeping in the doorway. Yes.
I was like, don't you be having no good memories without me.
I wish. I wish they were with you. Wish we could have gone to Chicago.
We gave you the wishbone.
Oh my god. Totally inappropriate.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I sense that. Sorry. I wish we could have gone together.
It's okay. I would have broke your heart.
You probably would have broke. Actually, it was probably the other way around at that time. I was a crazy bitch. I really was. When I was young...
Some things never change.
Okay, I'm still crazy, but I was not the most healed of people at that point, which is funny. I mean, like, emotionally and mentally healed at that point.
You were more of a Ricky Spanish.
I was an asshole. I was an asshole. I had emotional damage.
I'm getting 2 seafood.
Okay, you do that.
Order Papa John's on the way home for the kids. Do you want anything?
No. I'm too far into the day to have anything crazy. I know. Very sad for me.
It's like, I'm in a game tonight.
Okay, you do
like
that. Alright.
Love you.
I love you, D. Anyway, sorry about that, you guys. I was talking to my mans. He had a real gnarly headache a little bit ago. When he gets them bad, and they're super debilitating. Gosh, I'm trying to think. I think the restaurant in Chicago was called, like, Pete Miller's or something like that. And it was, like, steak and potatoes. And at the time, I mean, and it's still a lot of money. Like, to me, it's still a lot of money to spend for a plate. But I want to say it was, like, $25. But this was also, like, 20 years ago. And it was a lot of money. It might have been $50. It might have been a little bit more. But it was so good. And I even still had a matchbook from that place up until, like, I don't know, 7 years ago. But yeah, really delicious. had like just the best night because that was when I was still a smoker, and I was like, yes, and I was so excited. I ate delicious steak, and then I went outside and I puffed away because I was 18, and I was like, woo, I'm living. Idiot. Okay, now I'm gonna go into the shade right here called Gin Ricky, which is so pretty, and I am gonna use a brush to do so. I wonder if I can find that. Oh, I think I found that eye primer. I am gonna put it down. I am. Just not right this second. And I'm gonna do it one at a time. That way I don't let it get dry, because that's kind of what happens. I love that they put a shade like this in here. I love a light, shifty shade at all times for an inner corner, or just on the cheek, or, you know, the lip area, whatever. Ugh, my teeth look really... I just ate some dark chocolate salted chocolates. Chocolate salted caramel chocolates? They're not caramel, but they're like dairy free or whatever. And so I feel like it makes my teeth look really, really brown when I eat them. Yeah. Sorry, that was totally off subject. I went on a tangent there. Shock of all shocks. You know what? I'm going to take a little bit of this on, hopefully, a highlight brush. Should just get rid of the rest of my highlight brushes because they just aren't as good as this one. This one right here is the Wayne Goss 3, and it just picks up stuff very, very softly. I'm not wearing a highlight, so this actually kind of works out. Ooh. I might have gone a little ham with it, but whatever. My kids are going to come home and be like, there's so much. I love that. That is, like, so pretty. Ooh. I mean, it's a little, I did a little much, maybe, but that's fine. It's fine. I don't care. I love it, and I'm for it. I'm going to put a dab of some eye primer on. Oh, gosh, that shade is so pretty. I cannot wait to use it. Just a dab. And by dab, I mean I'm going to try and just coat the lid a little bit. So it will really just get super special where I place it. I need a wipe. And I'm going to use my brush. And I'm going to take the color Chicago. Oh my god, it shifts so much more than I even realized. I'm going to take Chicago Fizz, which is this shadow right here, and I'm going to put it all over it. And I know I should use Aviation next to it, but this guy right here just spoke to me, and it said, I'm all you need, baby. And I believe it. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Tell me lies. Tell me lies. No, no, no. I'm going to get this taken down because I'm half-ass singing a song. I should use my finger. I can sense this. I prefer a finger. I know that's weird, probably, but it's fine. Oh, this shade is freaking glorious, though. Oh, I love it. I do love it intensely. Oh, holy shit, that's a pretty color. Yeah, I'm going to use my finger to put it underneath. Did I go too low? Possibly. Am I going to judge myself? Possibly. Okay, I'm going to just pick up the brush that I used for that mid... I need to take some of that off because I had some of the deeper shade on it too. But I used also the mid-tones for it. And I'm just going to try and marry those two sections. That shade is heavenly. Woo! Y'all, I am having a freaking moment here. Yes! And maybe what I'll do is on this side, I won't use the eye primer so you guys can see how... Oh, man, I used my gnarled finger again. I need to stop. I have one finger that I check my blood sugar with, and it just doesn't seem to pick up as well because I've got so many perforations in my skin. But this is what it looks like without the eye primer, which I might actually like better. But I just wanted you guys to get an idea of performance. Oh, this color! This might be my favorite color they've ever done. Real talk. Oh! It's so freaking shifty. Woo! Sorry. I guess I don't need to yell. You guys are probably like, oh lord. Oh, that scared me. I thought I got a message. And I remembered nobody contacts me. It's kind of true though. Maybe I'll just pick up a dab of Aviation. I shouldn't because I really like this the way it is, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to pick up a dab of Aviation because I can't not. I'm going to do it with just a little dabby-do. Like, it's probably not adding even anything. Actually, it did. It did change the outward appearance over there. But I don't regret it. It didn't break my heart. Okay. Same over here. I'm freaking feeling this right now. I'm having a moment. I am quite excited. Oof. Okay. All right. So this. Let me get some eyeliner on. Let me get mascara on, which I have a little bit left over or whatever. Let me get some on, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I have my liner on. I put more mascara on, although it did not come out that good because it was like a second application so many hours later that it's just like, why? But ooh, first impressions on this. I don't know if you guys can see this highlight. It is so, well, it's technically not a highlight, but I used it as a highlight. It's ooh, okay, I'm sorry, I've said ooh. I'm quite excited about this palette. I really like it. I love the name of it. I love the concept. I love this location because I've actually been there. I usually live vicariously traveling with them, but at this point, I can finally say I went here and it was awesome and I love it and I love this palette. Oof. I'm gonna give more impressions on my second look, but so far, so good. Sorry, I just wanted to say I did add a little something to this just because I was like, I really want to use that green with it. So I went back in with a little bit of the green. The right here, the green mill, and I put it on my inner tear ducts, and then I added a little bit more of this one back over the top. That was it. I was just like, oh. Okay, so I'm going to use the other side of the palette today, which I know perhaps I should have used this differently, but I'm using it how my heart is drawn to it. I am going to start with the shade Prohibition, which is the very pale shade right here. And I'm going to just throw that all over my crease area. And also, I had told you guys that I was going to tell you about some of my experiences in Chicago. So while I'm doing this on the background here, I will tell you about a couple other things. It's pretty funny. There is an IKEA. Well, there's multiple IKEAs out in Chicago, and my grandma was kind enough to go with me. I was like, yes, I'm going to go to IKEA. I'm going to have the best day. And this is still when I drove, and I've never loved driving, and I don't love driving in traffic. And we get out on the highway. We are 15 minutes away from, I think, the Schaumburg location. And I was like, yes, it's going to be an awesome day. And the traffic was just so awful that I was like, nope, I don't think I can take this. I was like freaking out. And this is back when I was normal still. And she's like, this is horrible. We should just turn around. And we literally said, screw it, and turned around and went 2 hours back home instead of dealing with the traffic out there. I'm going to definitely use this one right here called the Absinthe House and then the Drunken Goat. And I'm going to mix those two together, although I'm on the fence. But you know what? That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to pop those deeper into the crease. I did get tickets to a Chicago Bears game one time, and I was super excited. And I'd never been to one before. I got to see Robbie Gold, who was like, Robbie Gold was gold. Why they don't have him, I just can't. So in any case, we got there, and it's going great. The day is beautiful, and then about halfway through, we started having a tornado. Well, it was a tornado watch. Well, technically it was a tornado warning, and so we all had to go take shelter on the inside, and I was like, this would totally happen. My very first Bears game, here we are enjoying everything, and inclement weather, and we may be taken out and not make it, but you know, shocker, we totally didn't. Everything was just fine, but still, like, that would happen. They have one of my favorite matte shadow formulas. Very forgiving, easy to use, nice to blend. You may hear my husband, he's out there carrying my weight because this flare up is bad. I almost didn't record today, to be honest with you guys, because my hands and my feet were so bad. But I really wanted to be able to share this with you guys because it comes out very soon, and I don't want anybody that might use my video as a reference not to be able to see it before it comes out, because I really, really think that you guys will like this one. Same thing, just doing on the bottom. Oh, I went a little heavy down there. It's okay, I'm going to go back in with that first brush that I did and kind of soften it a little bit. Yeah, so my hands are kind of cramping up a little bit, and I'm having a hard time moving them. So if it looks really wooden, that's why. Okay, yeah, see, it really does. These just blend out super, super nicely. Heavenly Choirs are singing right now. It's weird. I don't use a lot of like neutrals or browns or anything, but then the second I do, I'm like, oh gosh, I remember why I like you so much. Now I'm gonna go into this shade down here, which I am super excited about, and I love the name of it. It's Windy City, and I'm going to pop that in my outer V. I'm gonna make sure I got the last remnants of everything on this brush off though, because I'm kind of bad with that. Okay, and I'm gonna mostly be popping it out here. I am going to work it a little bit into the crease-ish area. It's a beautiful, beautiful color.
Did just think of a really crazy fact. So I had never tried MAC Cosmetics up until my first Chicago trip. Maybe it was my second Chicago trip actually, but my first one when I turned 18, I was so excited. I went there, we were in this mall and they had a MAC there and everything was expensive. I mean, it was really expensive, but I was so excited because I got this lip product and it was like this beautiful kind of I like a slightly deep berry lip product, and I had it for so long. And then I want to say one of the potted, like, I don't even know what they're called, but they're eyeshadows. And I had those for a solid like 10 years. I'm not even exaggerating. I probably shouldn't have still continued to use the lip product, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's funny that I had my very first MAC experience when I was 18, and that was like almost 20 years ago. So it's really funny to think that my first trip to Chicago yielded my MAC experience, and I still love MAC and use a lot of MAC products now. And it's just really funny. The other place I went when I was there was something called Urban Outfitters, which now we have one kind of sort of biased, and I lost my mind. It was just like the most incredible home and clothing stuff at the time, and oh my gosh, I went deep. I wish that I could make it over to the one that's local, although I don't think it'll be the same vibes, but they had everything. I went all wall decor from there.
It's fine. I'm going to take the shade, I'm going to screw this up. Boulevardier, possibly. And I put that all over the lid, and I'm going to put Gin Ricky in the corner again. Okay. I think I'm gonna use my finger. I know I'm one of those. I'm just not, I'm uncouth. But it just makes me happy to apply stuff this way. Although I hate to screw up the pans. Makes me truly. Oh my gosh! Can you guys see how shifty that is? I feel like they've just been crushing it with their shadows this year. Okay. I feel like this is beautiful. I do think I should have put down maybe a base, possibly. It's fine. It's not like but I feel like it would have been even more impactful with a base. I probably should have tried it without my finger, but I really prefer to use my finger. Okay. There is that. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to take that first brush again and kind of, because this is, I'm thinking a black base multi-chrome, and just try and soften the edges. If it's not black, it's definitely a solid gray base. I've got like a hair from like one of my eye brushes on my face. It's driving me nuts. Let's see here. I'm going to try a way different brush. We're going to get some shots here. I'm going to pick it up with something else and see if I can't. Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking. So when you've got a black base multi-chrome, I almost feel like if you can apply with a brush, it's better, and it'll just lay out a little more meaningfully. I know, meaningfully. Yeah, that's superb. Okay, now I'm going to try and do the same, kind of just work it out a little bit, because it still has that deep base. Get this brush. Man, I gotta pop this back out again sometime. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Yeah, definitely less smearing than I was getting with my finger. Whoa, she's pretty. And I think that it is more impactful. I don't often like using a brush more than my finger. I've forgotten how much I like this brush. I will be utilizing this more in the future. I think I like my finger better for down below. I know, I'm an odd duck. Quack, quack. But, preference, man. Preference. Yeah, that's beautiful. Same thing this side, just going to kind of soften out the deepness of the edges. And now I will pop that Gin Ricky shade into the corners. Although I would like to use this, I should use this to highlight, but I'd like to use this all over the lid at some point in the very near future. Maybe over a different shade. Okay. I'm going to do some liner and some lashes, and I'll be right back. Alright, I have my liner on, I have my lashes on. I'm really, really liking this. This whole palette has been like nothing but a dream. I honestly, I don't think I have any negative feedback. I hadn't been feeling the black-based multichromes that much recently, but this is kind of giving me faith that maybe I don't, maybe I just need to use them a little bit more again. Maybe I just need to practice using them again, because I am really liking this, and the shift in it is, like, incredible. I've said like 20 times, but there is a lot of movement going on, and like, if you could see it kind of over here, like if you could just be here with me in person, you could see how much shift there really is to it. I am really impressed. I think the mattes in here have just been phenomenal. They always do a good job with their mattes. These multi-chromes that they have made are gorgeous. I love them. They're all just fantastic, and I love this palette. I think they did a great job. So if you are at all interested in this brand, in this palette, in this color story, it is well worth the money in my opinion. I might have an unaffiliated coupon code if I do still. It's Jacqueline Tries It. I don't make any money off of that. It's just for you guys to use and save a little bit. I think it's still working. I don't think it was deactivated, but I never said anything because it wasn't like one that I made any type of kickback on, so I didn't think it was worth getting rid of. This was sent to me just so you guys know, but my opinions are my own, and I definitely think the proof is in the pudding. You guys could see how easy everything went on. I think that I spent half the time doing my eyeshadow today than I normally do, and same with yesterday, so it was much quicker. And I'm really excited that I pushed through how I'm feeling to do this, because I honestly, it was a lot of fun, and I'm happy I got to be here with you guys. So I hope that everybody is being safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!